Hello everybody, this is Laura coming to you today from End Time Apostasy. I hope you guys are doing well. Now before I get into this story, I just want to share a little bit to say to you that God is exposing these movements. The Lord is finally listening. He has listened to the prayers of the righteous man, because the prayer of a righteous man availeth much. And I know that all of us have been praying for people that are involved with Hillsong. And really, it's awesome to see what the Lord is doing. You know, you may say to yourself, well, no, this type of movement will never go away. Well, I'd beg to differ, because back in 1988, I got involved with a movement called Maranatha Campus Ministries, which has no connection to Maranatha music. I was only 20. I'm now 52. I was only a babe, and I did actually get saved in 1988. But while I was there, I was only there for about 2.5 years, and I didn't know much, but they were actually really well known all over America. They were very well known. Bob Weiner was one of the leaders. Rick Joyner was connected to it as well, and it was very well known. And a lot of it basically stopped in 1991. Now this was a huge ministry, so God can do what He wants to do, right? Nothing is impossible for God. So I just wanted to say, from the very get-go, that God is good. And I also want to say this to my listeners. I know that a lot of you actually have been involved with the New Apostolic Reformation, and who have been involved with Hillsong, and have been emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually abused by these particular teachers. And this type of stuff, it stays with you, unfortunately. But then some others tend to go off into, when they get out of the NAR, some tend to go off into Calvinism or Lutheranism or mid-acts dispensationalism, or whatever they go off into, which is false doctrine. They tend to go off into that, and it's really bad, because it just makes them more confused. Now, for those of us that are saved and sealed until the day of redemption, the Lord eventually shows these souls who were involved with Calvinism. He gets them out quickly. It doesn't take much time, because there have been listeners that have told me this, that they've gotten out of Calvinism, or they've gotten out of Lutheranism, which is awesome. So guys, I'm going to just read this, and what you're going to hear is absolutely horrendous, quite frankly. But it's not surprising, because this is Hillsong. There's so many scandals with Hillsong, it just continues on and on. So let's just read this. Hillsong Church hit with $20 million lawsuit for damages, immoral acts. And this is by Hannah Friesberg, and this was written January 28th, 2020 at 47 p.m. Okay, so here's what they say. Okay, so this is a Hillsong Easter service in Sydney, and Judgment Day appears to have come earlier than anticipated for scandal-ridden megachurch Hillsong and the unexpected locale of two regional court systems. The Australia-based institution is currently being sued in Norfolk. I hope I pronounced that right, guys. Let me know. Connecticut's Housing Court and a state Supreme Court in Australia over allegations of unholy behaviour. The Wall Street Theatre Company, which Hillsong's Connecticut branch rented it for weekly services, it is suing the church for over $100,000, alleging unpaid rent, the theft of venue property, and immoral, oppressive, and unscrupulous actions, according to a complaint filed by January 20th by the theatre. Just before the start of the ongoing sea pandemic, Hillsong Connecticut signed a fresh contract with the theatre on February 2020, agreeing to pay just under $6,000 a week for use during Sunday services court documents say. On May 11th, in lieu of the pandemic, Hillsong requested to invoke the agreement's 120-day termination clause and cancel the contract, according to the suit. The theatre agreed, but Hillsong never paid the $100,899.25 balance the clause required, the complaint alleged. To add insult to injury, the theatre claims that Hillsong removed electronic equipment belonging to the theatre on December 18th and has refused to return the property. So they're stealing. Hillsong just ghosted the theatre, a source with knowledge of the situation claimed to the Post. When the theatre sent them a bill, they responded saying that they were a small not-for-profit and couldn't pay it, that they didn't owe it anyways because of the pandemic, the source claimed. Connecticut has no such pandemic-related moratorium on commercial rent payment. The insider also alleged that Hillsong expressed no interest in resolving the problem amicably, amplifying claims from the lawsuit. It wasn't even a little bit of let's try to work it out. It was just go bleep yourself and oh go bleep yourself. The source, who requested to remain anonymous for fear of retribution, said Hillsong as a tenant was always about the last nickel, which is fine. Contracts are contracts. But when the shoe was on the other foot, suddenly they were a small church. It was quite sad, really. So, you have Hillsong saying that they're a small church. They have so many millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars coming in. This is a business. This is not about Jesus. This is not about the Lord. Brian Houston has said that like I've shown in other videos, that the Islam God and our God is the same. Okay? Total heresy altogether. So here's this man here called Dale Smith, and he's in front of the venue Hillsong, Connecticut, rented for Sunday services. Smith's company worked security for the church. Dale Smith, whose company ran Hillsong, Connecticut's venue security, also said he found the church to be more of a corporation than a religious institution. It just seemed like a business, real robotic. He alleged about what he'd seen in his 2 years working at the door at Sunday services. Even the ones on the payroll seemed to be fighting, positioning in order to climb that ladder, which in my opinion is not what a church is supposed to be. And he's right, it's not. Hillsong, Connecticut previously made headlines this month that after its lead pastors Desiree Noel Robertson, 39, and Blaze C. Robertson, 41, were found to be seeking employment at another local church after quietly departing Hillsong, Connecticut, which they helped found in 2016 before moving to Connecticut. Blaze was a creative pastor at Hillsong's New York City arm, which is currently undergoing an internal investigation following star pastor Carl Lentz adulterous firing. And so here we have a separate suit which is down under in Australia. In Australia, the mega church is also involved in separate $20 million lawsuit. The angry owners of nearly 300 Sydney apartments allege Hillsong and the construction firm it hired to build their housing complex in Rosebery, Australia, made their homes structurally unsound, according to the complaint. We're worried that we will find it difficult to sell our apartments, one owner who requested anonymity told the Daily Telegraph. Homeowners bought their units for between $440,000 and $945,000. The New South Wales Supreme Court suit specifically blames Sydney Christian Life Centre, a developer and part of Hillsong's property arm. The Sydney Christian Life Centre was also the name of one of the two churches which merged in 1999 to become Hillsong. The suit alleges that SCLC breached their duties of care in causing or permitting the defective work. Now that's the Sydney Christian Life Centre, just in case you don't know that acronym. And a lawyer claimed to the Telegraph that residents were prevented from inspecting the common property. Before buying their units in 2019, structural engineers allegedly found that the units' windows and balconies were not up to code. Hillsong has responded to the suit by filing a counterclaim against the construction firm Icon Construction Australia, who says the Sydney Christian Life Centre lawyers claim they are the real wrongdoers. Hillsong did not return the Post's repeated requests for comments regarding either lawsuit. So guys, there you have it. We have another scandal. And with all my heart, I know this, I'm going to be honest, I just hope that this actually closes down. I hope they go bankrupt, and I hope they close down, because just millions of souls are listening to these people. They're on TVs all over the world. They're, in Europe, Australia, Africa, America. They're everywhere. Not everywhere, but they're in a lot of places, let's just say that. So guys, this is the latest scandal. And I share this with you so you can share this with other dear precious souls who are involved with this, and to help them out, hopefully get them out of this movement. Time is short, guys. We need to keep contending for the faith. And, that's all I have for you at the moment. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. And may the Lord let his light to shine upon you. And I'll talk to you super soon. Bye for now. Bye-bye.